The NAVCHETNA project went through 5 main phases. The first phase was to identify consultants who had the experience and expertise to develop the module that came to be known as NAVCHETNA, the new consciousness. Accordingly, Gary Reed, a consultant on drug education with international experience, and Kalyani, a life skill consultant, were selected to develop the manual. The next phase was to develop the modules. It was decided that life skills would be woven into drug education and awareness component. This is because drug education is a very sensitive topic and we need to build a rapport with the students before they are willing to participate in a session focused on drug awareness and education. Secondly, information has to be accompanied by certain skills in order to become relatable and useful. In this case, drug awareness had to be supplemented with skills to say no, skills to recognize risky situations, and skills to protect oneself and to take proper decisions. The manual was developed for 2 separate groups, that is for middle school level from class 6 to 8 and for secondary school level from class 9 to 11. We did not want to disturb the class 12 students as they have board exams. Field testing of the modules was the next logical step. The life skills modules was tested in the government schools in Delhi, while the drug awareness modules were shared with the inmates of the Juvenile Drug Rehab Center run by SPYM. As per the request of some parents whose children are in the treatment cum rehab center, it was realized that a module for the parents of older adolescents would also add strength to the mandate of implementing a drug prevention program at school level. Hence, a module for parents was developed and tested. Field testing led to making adjustments and finalizing the modules. The middle school manual has 3 modules of 1 hour each. The secondary level has 5 modules for children of 1 hour each and 1 for the parents for 1.5 hours. The next phase was to train a group of in-house trainers from SPYM who would become master trainers, and they would also help in monitoring the sessions when the teachers would actually transact the sessions in their respective schools. Around 10 master trainers were trained in this phase. The phase that followed was to identify and train 2 teachers from 1 district each in 5 states of northern India, namely Delhi, Chandigarh, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. This phase was the TOT, or Training of Trainers. A total of 20 teachers were to be trained so that they would go back and implement the sessions and would give the feedback to know if the modules work or not in their settings. Again, 2 levels of trainings were conducted for 3 and 4 days respectively. While the middle school teachers had an opportunity to participate in mock sessions with their peers, the secondary level teachers could go to the government schools and implement some sessions from the manual with students. The next phase was supposed to happen in April 2020, but the corona pandemic has closed the schools indefinitely. However, we could field test some of the sessions here in Delhi from the middle school level manual with the doctors, nurses and school counselors from South and North zones who are employed under the school health program of Delhi government. A thorough daily assessment was carried out during all the trainings. The assessment results were compiled on a daily basis. Apart from this, other formats for monitoring and feedback were also developed to see what works and where improvements have to be made. After a gap of 22 months, an additional phase was planned. A 2 days refresher training for teacher trainers was organized in the 3rd week of December 2021 with the support of NISD. This was done to revisit the modules with the teacher trainers who had attended the previous trainings. Side by side, a few new teachers were also trained in the course of the refresher training program. A total of 23 teacher trainers from 5 states attended the refresher training course. Immediately after the refresher training of trainers, the final phase of NAVCHETNA was implemented in 2 states. In this phase, the team of experts visited Haryana and UP. They observed and evaluated some of the sessions that were transacted by the master trainers in the actual school settings with upper primary and senior secondary students. After transacting the sessions, the teachers were requested to share their experiences by filling a feedback form. Similarly, the students were also asked to fill a feedback form focusing on their experiences and learnings. In the end, all the forms were analyzed and it was found that both master trainers and students could relate very well with the topics. The students expressed their desire to be part of such trainings on a regular basis. Awareness about drugs and refusal skills was the main takeaway.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.